Hi everyone, welcome back, and I'm so glad you're here hanging out with me. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about simple things you can do to refresh your place. And we're going to be talking about seasonal updates. So we're going to be talking about bringing in cooler colors inside so we're responding to the hotter temperatures outside. So some nice seasonal changes to kind of refresh everything. So if this sounds great with you, then I'd love to have you join me and find out more. So let's get started. So the first thing that we're going to take a look at is finding out which colors are considered to be cooler colors. And if we take a look at a color wheel, we're going to notice there's 6 different colors. And the colors we're going to concentrate on today are blues, greens, and purples. And what we're looking at are colors that have the color blue in them. So of course, starting out with blue, that's considered to be a cool color. It's a color that looks and feels cooler to us than, say, compared to an orange or yellow. And we can think about green because green is made up of blue and yellow. So green has blue in it. And then also purple because purple has blue and red in it. So purples, lavenders, some pinks, different types of blues, and then also different variations of greens will give us a cooler look and feel to our space. So let's take a look at all of the colors and kind of just see some different variations of each of the cool colors so we can kind of see, all these different options that are available to us to bring in, a cooler look to our place during the warmer seasons. So let's start with blue. So blue, there's, all these different variations of blues. It could be this beautiful navy blue or go to more aqua colors of blues. And then of course there's all these, deeper tones of blues, but also lighter and more pastel colors of blues. And some of the blues even can, lean towards more of a warmer tone where maybe there's a little bit of yellow in there, and that would still work as well. Just anything that, kind of brightens and gives us an updated, refreshed look to our room will make sense. And then when we take a look at green, which has, blue and yellow in it, we may want to lean towards greens that have more blue in them, because some blues will have more yellow in them, which are super fun and, these beautiful, warm, yellowy greens. But we're going to kind of concentrate just on, the cooler versions of greens. So whether that's kind of a very pastel, bluish green, or even leaning towards more aqua or teal, but even like some versions of pastel greens or even like deeper greens. And all of those colors, of course, green, I always think of green think of nature. And so, bringing in greens during a warmer season will help create, a really beautiful look because of bringing in nature and, color from outside. And then bringing in purple and different variations of purple will bring in that coolness of blue. And, purple has blue and red in it. So, if we want to be super duper focused just on, more blue tones, then we would work with colors that have maybe a little bit more blue in them. But we could veer over to a purple that has a little bit more red in it, but that will give us a little bit of a warmer feeling. So we're focusing on just, the versions of purple like violets and even deep cornflower blue. Those are beautiful versions that can bring in, a lighter and kind of refreshed, summery look, a cooler look to your place. And then the other color we're going to touch on is actually using certain versions of red. And if we look at a color wheel, red is one of the primary colors, just like blue is, and yellow, which means that they are those colors we kind of start with to create all the other colors in a color wheel and all the other colors that we, use around us. And red can lean towards a more bluish tone, or it can lean towards a more orangey yellowish tone. So if we want to bring in, something that's a little bit cooler into our space and we like red, why not go for something that has more of a cooler tone to it, a bluer red to it? And this can even go into pastels. So, pink, a beautiful pastel pink, or even a vibrant magenta. Any of those bluish reddish tones will bring in a cooler color to our place. So when you want to use a cooler color in your place, think about using them in a couple different versions. So one version is using a lighter version, even just like a pastel version of colors. So like, a pastel blue or a pink, anything lighter that has more white in it, and it creates this softer and lighter and kind of almost refreshing look to any space. We can also think about using colors that are more saturated. So what I mean by saturated is that it means that the color has more color in it. So it's not as grayed out. So it's more vibrant and bright. So for an example, on the left side, there's this, nice tone. It's blue. It's a nice tone of blue, but it's very grayed out. There's another color, probably a contrasting color, that was added to that color to kind of gray it out, to kind of calm it down. It still, speaks of being blue, but it's a more grayed out, toned down version of blue. But then if we move the color over and we take out some of that grayness and we create more of a pure color of blue, you can see that it goes from, a very gray tone all the way over to a more pure, bright, energetic tone of that color. So that's another version that you can think of to bring in to your place. And so even think about beautiful flowers. I don't know if I've seen like a grayed out version of a beautiful, purplish flower. Everything is always so pure. And there are pastels and there are these vibrant, rich colors. And so think about that, almost like an inspiration, to how to bring those colors into your place. And so using, pastel lighter versions will help to create a cooler look to your place, but also using more saturated, vibrant colors will also refresh your space as well. So let's think about where we can make some small changes that would bring in just kind of refreshed look to our place. So one thing I think is always fun is to change out your throw pillows, whether it's, buying new throw pillows or replacing the covers or even making new pillow covers. Throw pillows are easy, but then they have a big impact. And so bringing in, cooler colors, bluer colors, greens, purples, all those colors that we talked about will add, a refreshed look to your place, especially for the warmer season, to kind of give us a cooler feeling to our place. So one of my favorite things to do throughout the year is really updating my pillow covers. And it's an easy way to, bring in some cooler colors during the warmer season, or to kind of warm up my place during the colder seasons. So I hope you enjoy that too and give it a try. Another thing we could do is swap out, those warmer tones of throw blankets, whether it's on, your sofa or chair or bed, and, replacing those with, a cooler tone, beautiful, vibrant blue or green or purple, and just switching those out will, add in a beautiful accent color, giving us a more refreshed look. And then the third thing you can do that's making a small change and not having to repaint the room or redo the upholstery is just change out your bedding. Changing out to crisp white sheets and adding some pillows or some beautiful bedding that just brings in more cooler colors, the cooler tone colors of greens and blues and purples, and just using that to, create a refreshed look. So I think this is a nice example of how you can kind of just bring everything together and just create some small changes in your place that will refresh everything. So this space is primarily all in neutral tones. So, creams and whites and black and gray and browns. And just by bringing in some throw pillows in some cool tones of blue and grays and, vibrant patterns, that just really, refreshes the space, as well as bringing in some nice fresh flowers. I mean, just making some little changes like that, that will, update your space for the warmer seasons just by bringing in some more, cooler colors and some fun colors just to change everything out. So thanks so much for watching this episode, and I wanted to thank everyone for subscribing and liking my videos. It's really helping me to grow my channel. And I hope you enjoyed this video all about bringing in cooler colors into your place during the warmer seasons. And I hope you find that kind of interesting and something that you can use to make some refreshing changes inside your home. And if you're interested, stay tuned for a quick little design exercise later so you can try all this out. So thank you so much. Take care. So this video's design exercise is more of an encouragement for you to make some quick little changes in your place to kind of make it feel more refreshed. And we're talking about, if it's hotter outside and it's the warmer seasons of the year, to bring in some cooler colors. So bringing in some greens or blues or purples in, vibrant tones or pastel tones, so you can bring in a cooler look and feel to your place. So can you go out and buy a couple of new throw pillows for your sofa, or a couple new throw pillows for your bed, or get some new sheets, or even just a neat, beautiful new throw blanket for your sofa or bed, and just to, update your place, get it ready for the warmer season. And so you are set to go and just to have a nice, refreshed, new look to your place. So have fun.